Good morning, Chavirim. We're holding in Chaye Moharan, Resh Nun Dalet. Shamati b'shmo she'amar. Od yeh zman she'yitmehu ish le're'ehu. There will come a time when people will have a tmiyah, astonished, wonder, shocked. Vayomru echad lechavero. One person will say to the other, Ata ikart et Rabbi Nachman? You knew Rabbeinu? You were there? You saw? Ata hayita bebeto? You were in his house? Ata ikart et echad manashav? You knew Rabbi Natan? You knew Rabbi Yudo? You knew Rabbi Naftali? You knew them? Et ze o et ze? You knew Rabbi Nosson? You knew Rabbi Naftali? Did you know the Rabbi Chirin or did you know Rabbi Abraham ben Rabbi Nachman? Who did you know? It's going to be such an amazing thing to meet somebody who met Rabbeinu or one of Rabbeinu's people. And even throughout the generations, if you'll have met a real Breslever who has a real Mesorah, it'll also be a big chidush. Because Rabbeinu will eventually have such a famous reputation. Everybody will realize how wondrous he was. Everybody will start to realize how great the Rebbe really was. It's going to be amazing to meet somebody who has met them. So imagine Rabbeinu saying this while he's alive. He's speaking to people that are with him. So the people that are with him, maybe they don't even realize what a merit they have to be around him. But Rabbeinu is saying, you should know there's going to be a time where people are going to be just in awe of meeting somebody who met me. And not only me, Rabbi Nosson. Not only Rabbi Nosson, the Rabbi Chirin, not only Rabbi Chirin, Rabbi Avraham Sternhartz. You met Rabbi Avraham? If I find somebody that met Abraham, I want to hear everything what he has to say. Rabbi Yaakov Shechter met Rabbi Avraham. He's already over 90 years old. He knew Rabbi Avraham. You know, if you knew Levi Yitzchak, you knew Levi Yitzchak Bender, you knew him. Why is it like that? I think we can explain based on Torah that we're learning Torah Zayin. Torah Zayin, if you're paying attention, the way we're reading it should actually be backwards. Rabbeinu says that there's a manhig that's merciful. There are people that a tzaddik has mercy. He wants to save you from self-destruction. Avirot or self-destruction. So the tzaddik wants to save you from self-destruction. And he gives you that. And then Rabbeinu says, he gives you that. So Rabbeinu says that, and everybody should do the same thing. You should speak over that, you should speak Yirat Shamayim to your friend. Because the same way that tzaddik leaves his children and talmidim in the world, so you too should leave children and talmidim in the world. That means after 120 years, you still want to have some connection to the world. And by having a child or having a student that continues to interact in the world based on what you taught them, they're living what you taught them. So therefore, it's like you're still in the world. So Rabbeinu says you should do the same thing as well. Now, then Rabbeinu says, but whoever wants to speak to his friend in Yirat Shamayim, tzarich sheyeh bo Yirat Shamayim. Because the pasuk says, the Mishnah says, Kol mi sheyesh bo yirat shamayim, dvarav nishmaim. If you want the other guy to listen to you, you have to have yirat shamayim. You can say nice dvar Torah, but there's not. You can say even a great musar, but if it's not coming from a deep place of yirat shamayim, it doesn't work. Then the Mishnah says, Kol sheyirat cheto kodem lechokhmato, chokhmato mitkayemet. If your fear of sin is greater than your wisdom, so your wisdom is mikuyam. It'll last. But Rabbeinu says mikuyam in the second person, meaning it's going to go into you and stay with you. Some people in 1 year, out the other year. Another person, it could stick with them their whole life. So what do we have to do based on that Torah? We have to go tell people our Yirat Shamayim. We have to tell people. But actually it's not true. That's not true at all. That's not what it says. It says that, but that's only if you're connected with the beginning. That means that if you want to be able to give something, you have to have it inside of you. And you can only have it inside of you if you got it from somebody who had it inside of him. And he can only get it if he got it from somebody inside him. So actually what the Torah is saying there, Torah Zayin, is the transmission of Torah. It's the Shad Shenet. And Moshe Rabbeinu, how come his dvarav is mikayim? Because he got it from Hashem. Since Hashem spoke to Moshe, it goes into Moshe. Since Moshe speaks to Yeshua, it goes into Yeshua. Since Yeshua speaks to the Zkenim, it goes into them. Since Rabbeinu spoke to Rav Nosson, it goes in Rav Nosson. Since it goes in Rav Nosson, it goes into the Rav Shirin. Since it goes in Rav Shirin, it goes into Rav Avram. Since it goes in Rav, it goes into the Talmidim. And whichever Talmid it is. So your job is not to say to somebody else. Your job first is to get from somebody on top of you. So that's why once we start to realize what Rabbeinu was, I don't care who knows the book. I don't care. I care who heard from him, because when it goes inside, and that could be an exaggeration, because the book itself is the Rabbeinu himself. It is the Rabbeinu himself. But eno domeh, somebody heard from somebody who heard from somebody who heard. Ashrei, Rabbeinu said, Ashrei anayim sheru et ha'anayim. If your eyes saw my eyes, you have a thumbs up. Ashrei anayim sheru et ha'anayim, v'kenu ledorot. Praise with the eyes that saw the eyes, that saw the eyes. That means that when you're going now to Rav Nosson, you're going to Rav Naftali, when you're going to Rav Moshe Breslover, the Talmidim, you're getting from that Kedusha of Rav Nosson, which is really Kedusha of Rabbeinu, because it went into him. So that's going to be a peli. You knew him? I wish I met him. I didn't see him. People tell me, I wish I saw Rav Kenning. I wish I saw. There's people that you never saw them. Why? Chaval. So that what it's saying over here is, if we want to connect to the Rebbe, we have to connect to the ones who got from the Rebbe. That's the way it works. And then, once it goes inside of you, then you can give it. I heard from. It's inside of you, then it goes to you. So if you hear from whichever Talmud that heard from a Talmud, you're part of that chain. You're part of the chain. So if you're hearing from Rav Ephraim, who heard from Rav Levi Sabender, who heard from Rav Abraham ben Rav Nachman, who heard from Rav Nachman Tuchin, who heard from Rav Nosson, who heard from Rabbeinu, and you have some good things inside of you that you took, when you give it over, you're part of the chain. And if I'm telling you something, that I heard it from Rav Kenning, that I heard it from Rav Gedal, I heard it from Rav Abraham, that I heard it from, you're part of it. So that's our job, to go see the people who knew the people who knew the people. Beruchim to you, Yom Tov.